they've got to do something, and maybe that is it. But like we said earlier, this side with that middle wide open like that is a different defensive side, even though our back four is exactly the freaking same.
Yeah.
And it's that I think you start putting a couple things together, you start to see patterns, and I don't mean to be looking at things that are such a that I'm worried about or anything like that. I'm looking at patterns of us giving up goals. Here's a great example. Jagan Yaldi did this to put on top of that. What do you think? I mean, Jagan Yaldi, you were more concerned about goals this year. Like if you had to pick a score in a predictor game, you put more zeros against us this year or last year? I mean, which one? Obviously, it's more this year. Am I right or wrong? Or
do we agree that there's more likelihood of us not scoring this year than last?
Giving up goals. I'm more worried. I don't know what it is. I'm on the predictor league, and I never put zero next to us as far as goals against.
I think we're more likely to concede this year and less likely to score. I think we're weaker all round, to be honest with you. So yeah, I think that's the case. Brendan?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it took us how long last season till we lost against Aberdeen in the league, and that's just lost against Hamilton there today. So, yeah, absolutely.
Cool. What else you got for Jagan Yaldi?
Jagan Yaldi, the club changing Sunday kickoff times to 1 p.m. And Brandon, I'm more interested in what you have to say.
Wait. Is it not the club? Is it not television? I think they basically get told in the television contract that they've got to play 1 o'clock for TV.
Once again, I can only say or only comment on, because I'm not in the room when it happens, what gets posted by Celtic. They're saying they talk to supporters, and supporters want 1 o'clock, so they changed it from 3 to 1 o'clock.
If it's the case that Celtic moved it on and they had full control over it, then it's a jog on. If it's the fact that Sky or BT Sports told them they needed to move it and they're just talking pish, then, well, whatever. Brendan?
But they're changing all the Sunday games. They changed all the Sunday games, not just that one. The one I'm going to against Killy, they're changing that one too.
Brendan, what do you prefer, 1 o'clock kickoffs or 3?
Oh, no, 3 o'clock kickoff. Definitely.
I think it goes without saying 3 o'clock's much better.
Even on a Sunday?
Absolutely.
Yeah. I'm with you there.
All right, what else have I got here? The giving Griffiths a run out at centre forward, Jagan Yaldi, and a front two. I'll follow up with Chris Commons also potentially playing as striker. So Commons or
that's a jog on. There's no way. Jog on. No way.
Wait, no way you want Griffiths playing up front?
No.
You want?
I'd rather. No. I like Commons behind Guidetti and Stokes, and Guidetti in the Hooper mode.
Just not seeing Stokes. I've got 2 problems here with that. I think Stokes, I'm just not seeing it, man. Just not seeing it. And I'm also thinking that, see this Commons playing behind the front too. I think part of the reason that we're not supporting the striker and we're not scoring enough goals is we're not providing the striker with the ball. And that part of that reason is guys like McGregor and Commons just shoot every time they get the ball. Like Commons has get to the stage where I think he's becoming quite greedy, where I'd rather push Commons forward and be like, right, you want to be the striker, you're slowing down a bit, you're getting on a bit. You play in the box and you play forward with Guidetti. You're not going to play as advanced with him, but technically you are a striker. You've got when you get the ball, you are going to shoot. That is what you're going to do.
Why change it? Listen, he scored 30 goals last year in that hole. Why do you want to change it?
Because he's playing pish this season. To be quite honest with you, he's playing absolutely.
Well, I mean, you can't have it both ways. You can't say that we're not giving the strikers any service, because I mean he would be one of the people in the box not getting any service either. And the quality of crosses that we have from the wings have been absolute garbage. And
push him further forward, play 4 in the midfield, and have him as like a striker in the box. When he's in, what's happening is when he's receiving the ball in a deeper position, I think what he does is he just looks up and shoots. And he's not looking for a pass. Where it's like, I don't mind him looking up and shooting when he's already in the box, playing further forward, and let someone else create from behind him. I think that's the situation. But then again, I'm probably playing too much Championship Manager. What else we got here?
Here you go. Jagan Yaldi. The excuse that Commons pulled a muscle in his ass, which I thought was absolutely hilarious.
I'd like him to pull some goals out his ass. To be quite honest.
against what happened? Who did he play? Who did he do it against? Was it Hearts? Right? And did you think John Rigaldi? It showed he did it against Hearts. Did it show against St. Mirren?
I wasn't looking at his arse for you.
I mean, obviously, if I pulled the muscle and couldn't play, and then 3 days later, I'm playing against St. Mirren. Obviously, if I pulled the muscle that bad, I couldn't play one day. I find it hard to believe I'd be okay to play 2-3 days later.
Brendan, what's your experience of arse muscles?
From a professional viewpoint,
As a doctor,
it does happen. No, I'm going down a road here. I don't want to go down it, but I knew a guy who genuinely did get an arse injury and couldn't play football.
Was it Chris Collins?
It was not Chris Collins. It was somebody else. But it was,
I think like what you should do is just, if he's pulled something in his arse, they should just like get him to watch a DVD box set of Effie Ambrose playing football, because I know my arse just relaxes quite a lot when I fucking watch him defend for Celtic. But I don't know. I have absolutely no idea of his injury. I think it's a comedy one, pulling something in your arse, but I can't imagine him not playing, pretending he's got an injury, and then saying it's something embarrassing like pulling something in his arse. It probably was legit. So I don't know, what is it? I don't want to say Yaldi, he's got an arse injury.
I mean, I'm just saying. I thought he played decent against St. Mirren. I mean, I didn't see what the issue was, and I'm not buying that he pulled the muscle in his ass. It's just not me.
Yeah. All right. What about Jogan or Yaldi? Lenny talking about Celtic. Should he just like move on and say, "Hey, I'm not the manager," or "Hey, I've got every right to talk about Celtic. I've been the manager for 4 years." Should he give the club some breathing space and move on, or what's the situation?
No, I think it's a Yaldi. He has to. I mean, that's what he's getting paid to do. I mean, it's he's getting paid to be a pundit, okay, so I have no problem with him talking.
Brendan, what about you?
Yeah, I would go Yaldi as well. Most ex-Celtic people do a good job. You know, you ever see Hartson talking about Celtic, so it's really positive. You ever see Gordon Strachan?
Don't know about that. Hartson.
Harson's positive.
Hartson is something who's like slagging off players left, right, and centre. No, I'm not saying disregarding what they're saying is wrong, but I think they're paid to kind of have some negative views about Celtic. And obviously, the most famous being Craig Burley being just fucking anti-Celtic.
You know what? He's on TV here in the U.S. Did you get that show too, Press Pass?
I don't watch Canadian telly. So.
On ESPN. Brandon, you get that show on ESPN?
Actually, I was wondering what happened to Craig Burley. I thought somebody had done him in or something, some Celtic.
No, he might as well. I mean, he lives in Connecticut now.
Really?
But no, I actually had a Twitter conversation with him a couple months ago, and I thought he was an absolute
fun.
It was interesting because I was like, hey, listen, how come you talk about EPL and the show is absolutely horrible because all they do is talk about EPL. I mean, there'll be a Champions League weekend or a Champions League Wednesday, and one EPL team will play. They'll donate or not donate, but say that give that game of a 30-minute show 18 minutes. They'll give the EPL warm-up for what's coming up this weekend for the 4 minutes, and then only give the scores of the other 15 Champions League games that took place that day for the last 2.5 minutes before they end the show. And I'm like, you never say anything, you never do anything in this, never say anything here, never even talk about this. What do you think about anything Celtic related? He goes, nope, I don't talk about Celtic at all because I just get slagged for it. I'm like, okay, well that makes a lot of sense. And then like a couple months later, someone asked him about independence. He's like, I don't give a shit about independence. I don't care. It doesn't matter to me. I don't live there anymore. I don't care. And he got absolutely roasted. And I just thought he was an ass. I unfollowed him and was like, no, man, I'm sorry. I'm not a troll. And when you're a dick, I'm just not gonna follow you. He's just absolutely stupid. Yeah. And even his tag before that said Celtic and Scotland for a while. Now he took that off and wherever the fuck you play, I think it says Chelsea and Scotland now, even on his bio for whatever. Yeah. I mean, he's just an ass, and he's I don't know.
It's annoying because when he was at Celtic Park, I loved him. He was a great player.
Yeah, he was a great player.
He was an absolutely great player for us. People deny this now, and people, especially because of his persona now, they hate him, and because they hate him, they disregard how good he was as a player for us. He was actually more important to us in that final season under Wim Jansen. We stopped at 10 than Larsson was. I think he genuinely was. Him and Lambert in the middle. And nobody admits that anymore because he's a dick, and you don't want to give him that credit. But I think it was probably true, and it's just annoying. I think he was probably bitter when he left Celtic because he didn't want to leave, and Kenny Dalglish basically pushed him out the door into a transfer to Derby County that he didn't want. So potentially part of the reason he's just a bitter dick. And part of it's probably by trying to make money, by newspapers are like, we want you to say controversial stuff, and we'll just go on and absolutely slaughter Celtic. So I've got no time for the guy at all. He can fucking jog on.
All right, just two more. Ready? All in one comment.
Okay.
The other night, Ronnie's presser, he says, "Look at Norway. You don't find the solution to getting solution to get to the Champions League. But if I want to get to the Champions League, you've quote unquote fucking have to look towards the Champions League. Look at the European level." And he's talking about the food and everything else. So he was getting so much grief. He actually dropped the F-bomb. So Jagan Yaldi, for him getting so pissed off for dropping the F-bomb in his presser the other day.
Yaldi, because I read some of the fucking it nearly made my worst tweet of the week, but someone's actually beat it. Someone's beat it today. They've actually knocked it off the top chart. Was people saying, "Ronnie Dyler, get to fuck. Can't believe you guys, we're losing and you're taking chips off the menu. They should just let them eat what they want." And you're like, you actually believe? Only in Scotland could you possibly think that they're losing because they're not eating enough chips. And it's just like, this is fucking ridiculous. The level of fucking stupidity there is unreal, man. So
low-fat chips, not just chips, but low-fat chips.
I think he's got every right to swear in that one. I think there's a lot of problems at Celtic. It's not for fucking not eating enough chips. Yeah, it is
chips. I agree with you. And the second one was this. Jagan Yaldi for Celtic TV not actually uploading this interview.
That can jog on. I pay fucking money to Celtic TV and they don't put up enough content so they can get some shit up. So yeah, that can jog on. Fuck that.
I even tweeted and said, "Are you going to put it up?" They never even responded. Nope, not at all.
You know why? Because they're probably not a guy at Celtic TV who knows how to use the bleep button. Mm-hmm. Like, honestly, I despair the production values of fucking Celtic television.
Well, I mean, you know what? I would say that's it. Here you go, one more. Then Jagan Yaldi for them never having a clock on their games.
What they do? They gave me.
No, that was from a BT Sport feed we're watching today.
Yeah, their own games. They never. Yeah. See, Randy, you're at the game, so you can see the big clock.
Yeah. No, I tell you what. Like, I'm home at Christmas. And if there's anyone from Celtic TV who's listening to this, which I doubt there is, but I'll come in for a day and work for Celtic TV for a day and show you how to fucking edit video and use a camera because you guys don't fucking have a clue. So there you go. That's fucking true, man. It's true. It looks like fucking Al Jazeera. No, Al Jazeera. What's it? What did we describe it as the other week? Where they have like a hostage. Like, you know, like fucking Bin Laden in a cave with a video camera. It's fucking that. But anyway, alright, cool. We'll wrap up the show then. No, actually, we've got to do our best and worst of the internet. So what's your best and worst of the internet this week?
For me, I wanted to ask you this issue. It's actually a best and worst. I'm just curious of what you would think. As you know, Derek Jeter retired from baseball.
Really? It's not like America's having a massive circle jerk over that at the moment.
He is my captain. Shut up.
It's a massive cheese fest. You Americans are too sentimental over fucking bullshit. That's the
city I was born in. Don't go there. Don't go there. Shut up. All right, so here's a question. So the Red Sox actually, the Yankees Red Sox supposed to be in American sports, I guess the old firm type thing. I'm just curious. Do you think Rangers would have printed shirts like the Red Sox printed shirts to celebrate or commemorate Derek Jeter's last game ever in baseball? Was it at Fenway Park? Do you think the Red Sox would have done anything like that? And the reason why I say that because I saw the tweet about it, I saw the picture, and I was like,
I saw some of the stuff. If you're not a baseball fan out there, like Derek Jeter's been on this like goodbye tour of America that's cringe-inducing, and every single like club's been like giving him like random gifts. Like I think Tampa gave him like this kayak with Derek Jeter's number on it, and it had like spray painted his face on it and shit like that. And obviously the rival team, the Sox, giving him, what is it, a shirt? You said?
No, they actually gave him one of the manual scoreboard pieces signed by all the players.
All right.
But what they did was for the fans, they actually printed shirts. The Red Sox printed shirts that were in Yankee colors that were all about him playing his last game at Fenway.
Yeah, that's never going to happen at Ibrox, really, is it?
But you know what? I think we would actually be upset and try and do something for Rangers if they fired somebody.
If they fucking fired McCoy, that'd be great.
I know. We'd have to have an appeal. He must stay. He must stay. We could start singing the song, right? The Patty McCourt song.
Don't sell McCoy. Yeah, we got to do that. What is that your worst or best of the internet, or what was that?